and the game could be called cat and mouse. I'm not too sure, right? So when it comes to, and I don't know, this is just off topic right quick. I don't know if you guys hear the birds chirping. I'm outside doing this because I just felt like being outside to do this today. But the price that this crypto DYL news is stating is completely wrong. So if you do the math, you can take out your calculator, and I really, really encourage you to take out a calculator when I start to give these numbers. Okay? So you're talking about Swift moving anywhere between $5 to $8 trillion a day. Okay? $5 to $8 trillion a day. What we're going to do is we're going to just use 5 trillion to do the math. Okay? That's what we're going to use. 5 trillion. When you look at 5 trillion, and I'm using my calculator, and you times 5 trillion by 365 days, because remember, as I just said, Swift moves anywhere between $5 to $8 trillion a day. But again, what we're going to do is we're just going to use the 5 trillion. We're going to use the lowest number. So 5 trillion. So take 5 trillion and times that by 365. You come to a number of 1 quadrillion $825 trillion per year being moved by Swift. Yes, the number is very much correct, right? If XRP is going to take over 14% of that, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1.825 trillion, 1.825 quadrillion dollars, which is 1 quadrillion 825 trillion. We're going to take that number and we're going to times it by 14%. When you do that, you should see 255 trillion 500 billion as your answer. That's 14% of that 1.825 quadrillion dollars per year that Swift moves, right? Well, these people are fucking dumb, because how in the world is XRP going to be $19.09 to move that amount of money? Do these people understand how much 255 trillion 500 billion is? Like, do they understand? All of that money cannot, it will probably fill up maybe 50 football stadiums. 50 football stadiums, all of that money would fill up. Maybe more. Maybe more. You might need 1,000 football fields to be able to store all of that money. Football fields, okay? American football fields. I'm not even talking about soccer fields. That money is a lot of money. And these idiots think that it's going to be $19.09. This is the foolery that I don't like and that I like to point out, because they're telling people wrong information. And when you tell people wrong information, they start to think about this stuff the wrong way. There's no way that XRP could be $19.09. That is not even mathematically possible. You will be using all of XRP in 1 month to move that amount of money. Because at $19.09, when you times that by 1 billion, right? That's only 19,900 million. How the hell could XRP move? And I don't know the math, so let me look at the math right quick because I'm about to tell you. The 255 billion, right? 255 trillion, sorry. 255 trillion 500 billion. When you divide that by 365 days, that is approximately $700 billion a day that they would have to move XRP. Well, if the coin is $19.09 and 1 billion coins only totals 19,900,000,000, how in the world are you going to move $700 billion a day? You don't even have enough coins to do that, right? Because from my calculation, even if you were to use all of the coins, right, the whole 100 billion supply, $19.09, and my math was off. I just realized that because I'm going off the top of my head. $19.09, if you times that by a billion, is actually 19 billion 9 million. I was off. No, I'm sorry, not 9 million, 90 million. Right? That's what it is. 19 billion 90 million is what it totals. Well, from my calculation, if you times 19 times 100, what do you get? Well, 19 billion, oh my God, 19 billion 90 million times 100 is only 1,909 billion. Well, that's only going to last for one fucking day, XRP. Because remember, the lower the coin, the higher the burn. The higher the coin, the lower the burn. And at that rate, moving that amount of money, the coin is too low and your burn rate will be very high, which means you would lose a lot of coins on the first day. You would lose a ton of coins on the first day. I mean, a ton. You may lose out of the 100 billion coins, you may lose, no lie, you may lose half of your fucking supply. Half of your supply on the first day. And if not half, maybe quarter of your supply, which is a lot. Do you think that's how they designed this thing? XRP has to move the new financial system for the next 100 years plus. The next 100 years plus. There's no way the coin could be $19.09 to move $700 billion a day. These people are fucking dumb. Just know that. And I like to point these things out because I want people that listen to my videos to be more educated as to what's going on. They're dumb. Stop listening to these people. Stop making their platforms huge. Because with you making their platforms huge, you're also poisoning everyone else who's new to this. Because those platforms become big and those people that are new coming into this industry listen to them and think that what they're saying is the truth when they're not talking the truth. Don't do that to people. Don't mislead people. Do not lie to people. As I always said to you, you don't need to own more than 10,000 XRP. 100 XRP, you're fine. 500 XRP, you're fine. 1,000 XRP, you're fine. You don't need any more than 10,000. If you're holding 10,000 XRP, you're good. Anything more than that, you're looking for problems. Huge problems. Because trust me, they know what the price of this coin has to be. They know what the price of the coin needs to be. That's also one of the reasons why they are holding the price of the coin down. I believe that Ripple has come to a place or come to a crossroads or come to a fork in the road where they have realized that they probably bit off more than they could chew. I believe, in my opinion, that this is why they are holding the price of the coin back. Because they know now what the price of the coin really needs to be. So they're holding the price of the coin back because they're trying to figure out how they can move it in such a way that they don't disrupt the market too much, right? And also cause too many people to become super friggin' wealthy because they understand what the price of the coin needs to be. They understand. And there's a lot of people that do not understand what the price of the coin needs to be because they're just fucking dumb. But Ripple knows, which I believe, again, which is part of the reason why they're holding the price of the coin back. That's what I believe. Because when you look at moving only 14% of SWIFT, that totaling to be $255.5 trillion, and you only have 100 billion coins, and you don't even have 100 billion coins to use, they have come to realize very quickly that they made a mistake and that they actually need the price of the coin to be much higher. You're talking about 7-digit to 9-digit numbers you need the coin to be in order to be able to move the amount of money that they have to move, which is something that they were not aware of when they first started. That's why they also say that, and you hear this a lot, XRP is designed for $10,000. XRP is designed for $10,000. That's because they want you to get very, very brainwashed into thinking that 10,000 is the only price it could go to, or 10,000 is the price it's going to go to, which some people don't even believe that. But these are the things that they say, right? But it's okay. They can do that. But if you know better, you know better. If you understand the math, you understand the math. If you understand the function of the coin and you understand that in order for the coin to move a certain amount of money, the coin has to be worth a certain amount of money because of the burn rate, which is another term for saying the tax, the fees that's being paid. That's what the burn rate is. Once you understand that, then you would be able to understand that the price of the coin has to be very high to move the amount of money it's moving. But I'm not going to kill you too much with this or bore you too much with this. I'm done today. I hope everyone has a good day. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe today, please. And if you did subscribe, please make sure and check to see that you're subscribed because YouTube has been taking away my subscribers as I am trying to grow. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm Thomas Bain. This is Urban Ave Crypto. I'm out of here.